Ki Khubor ka Bate Se TV. Lawan Rashapi da ka Frank Yamaha. Visit Yamaha showroom for big discount and very low down payments only this August. Don't miss out. Contact 96129 51198 or 96129 51298.
Hading gajing Pynibor jong Khih Students Union ban khandra na phang yaki Nongbylla ki buan na bar jong Jylla Meghalaya hagini khinyat tayo blalet no kakin hun menteri jong Sorkar Jylla ka artrik unailar ajar phosa Kelawan ra gajing penbet thama yak Meghalaya Identification, Registration, Safety and Security of Migrant Workers Act arajar pho ban Pyrkhing no nang nisha khmat yaki Nongbylla ki buan na bar ka Jylla. Menteri ka Sorkar Jylla ba polling do ubalongru unong aiktin jong Sorkar hagijing kran wegla pathai khubor ulom bagakin hon menteri kalara ben pentre kamno de crime and criminal tracking network system but hapo ka system on pintikna de katan pulit bakin Nongbylla na bar ka Jylla kibla dendak sne kin omyo la bron tre bella shakani ka Jylla but shuru uliat ho bakin kinu be penkhen yakani ka an kijing sharan kuna kan long omshu tangsana jar tingka de la kintiu shakashilak tingka yakini aan belawan ra jing penbet thamai on sara hapo ka dorbar senra joka ying dorbar thau an ke Jylla kaban salangshan mentau benai nailar.
One of the major items that was taken up, discussed and approved was the amendment to the Meghalaya Identification, Registration, Safety and Security of Migrant Workers MIRSS Act 2020 and the Meghalaya Identification, Registration, Safety and Security of Migrant Workers Rules 2020. One of the major components of the new amendment is that the state government will optimize efforts to check the antecedents of migrant workers to ensure that only those with no criminal antecedents can join the workforce as migrant workmen here in Meghalaya. So the cabinet decided that it would make use of a system, a central system called briefly CCTNS, for the Crime and Criminal Tracking Network System. Under this system, which is a database of the crimes and criminals, we will ensure that on the basis of this data available, we will be able to verify the antecedents of migrant workers, and two, the local police will also be able to verify these antecedents based on this system. The system is available with the police, and the Department of Labour will coordinate accordingly to ensure that the records of those who will be registered as migrant workers here in Meghalaya is properly verified. Two, the cabinet also decided that under the Act, the original Act of 2020, there was a provision that whoever is found guilty of violating the Act, they were liable to a penalty of 5,000, a fine of 5,000 to the State Assembly in the session which is to be held shortly, whereby we will enhance this penalty from 5,000 rupees to 1 lakh rupees per offender. In the case of repeat offenders, there will be an imprisonment, simple imprisonment for a term not exceeding 3 months. We are yet to discuss it as a government. It is too soon. Probably any day once, because CM will be traveling, Once he's back, we will certainly come to some coordinated opinion on the matter. I think this needs to be studied properly. There are both plus and minus points to it. We are verifying their antecedents so that they do not unnecessarily add to the crime graph of Meghalaya. If they have had criminal records, which they have committed in their home state, obviously such characters will not be welcome to work in Meghalaya.
It can apply to other citizens who come here also.
Yes, the law of the land prevails over every Indian.
The question is why only to them? All the people who come here.
No, because every state, and in particular in the case of Meghalaya, we depend largely on migrant workers coming from outside of Meghalaya, because there is a shortfall of local workforce available, and therefore we anticipate that that number will be significant enough that if we do not verify their antecedents, they become a threat to the peace, stability and security of Meghalaya. Once this decision has been taken today, I'm sure that this will allay the fears of illegal immigration to a large extent. As I said in the past, two major components of people entering Meghalaya are either tourists or laborers. In the case of laborers, they tend to stay for a longer period of time, which is why we have introduced today's amendment in order to tighten the rule of law that would prevail over such a labor force. The amendment is called Amendment to the Meghalaya Identification, Registration, within bracket, Safety and Security of Migrant Workers, MIRSS Act 2020, and the Meghalaya Identification, Registration, within brackets, Safety and Security of Migrant Workers Rules 2020. So there is an act and rules framed under that act. No. These are workers who wish to work in Meghalaya, for which there is this act under which they will be registered. So they have to either obtain a police verification from the home state, or when they reach Meghalaya, get their antecedents verified by the state police, which will utilize this crime and criminal tracking network system, and based on the verification done by the police, the Labour Department will then process their applications.
Presently, the penal provision is 5,000. So, if now we are putting a bill to the Assembly, we are trying to enhance it to 1 lakh.
For the agencies and
for the agency. It will be for the agency only. We have it will be for agency only. No, for agency only.
We have approved the amendments to the rules, but the amendment to the Act, which includes the enhanced penalty, this will have to go to the State Assembly for its final approval. Amendment 2, that will take immediate effect. It stands replaced by this amendment.
No, interstate in this one, if I just make it, interstate migrant workers and also migrant worker, these are two different acts. One is National Act, that interstate migrant worker, and this one is Meghalaya Act only. Under the interstate migrant worker, there should be a contractor from the state in which they come, and it will be the number will be more than 5 people. Here under the state, it will be one individual also.
One individual can also
less than 5 people. That is for the purpose of this Meghalaya Migrant Worker Act.
This will be under the purview of the Labour Department, and an officer not below the rank of Labour Inspector will be given this task, will be tasked with the responsibility of verifying and checking the documents submitted.